Oh, hello, Nick.
Hey, what's up?
We're here. It's I Hate Music episode 119.
Wow.
Yeah.
This 119. That's like how long a hobbit lives, you know?
Is it? Yeah, I guess so.
Something like that. They have like their 111th birthday. It's a big deal when they're old or something.
Yeah. This is a little number I like to call when Nick met Steve Harris.
You just said in the break when Steve Harris met Nick Woos.
Yeah, that's better.
That was a big day.
Maybe that'll be the title.
I think we should broaden it at some point. I want to hear your stories as well about meeting your heroes.
Yeah.
I have a couple examples of that, but I definitely would love to hear it. You've been in the business, being backstage and being on big festivals and stuff. You've maybe had more encounters than me, but yeah, it's pretty cool.
When Rob Zombie met Jason Walton, something like that.
Oh, and you met one time, you saw the dude from Ministry.
Al Jorgensen
at the airport or in the plane.
No, he was at Bollywood Theater on...
Oh, at Bollywood? Shit, I thought it was at the airport for some reason.
No,
nice.
It was Bollywood Theater on Alberta. Is that where that one is? Yeah.
Alberta, yeah. Just
ran into him. So weird. He was like, Jason? And I'm like, Al? And he's like, what the fuck are you doing here? No. He obviously doesn't know who I am, but yeah.
Did you say something to him that day?
I did. I just walked up to him and I was like, hey, Al. And he's like, hey, man. And I said, I just wanted to say hi to you. And he's like, oh, are you here for the show? And what did he say? He said, oh, you going to the show tomorrow? And I was like, oh, yeah, of course I am. And which I'm not, and I didn't, and I wasn't, but yeah. But yeah, I just talked to him for a minute, and he had an entourage with him and his wife. And
that's amazing.
But we're playing with him at Milwaukee Metal Fest. So.
Oh, that's cool, man. So many great bands are playing that thing.
Yeah.
So what's like, if you were, we've talked about this before. I don't know if we've publicly talked about it on the podcast, but what's the threshold for actually approaching somebody? You know, like how famous do they have to be, or how much do you want to bother them, or how excited do you have to be, or something? You know, there's something that happens. You know,
it's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. So, but for Steve Harris.
That's a no-brainer. I mean,
because it was once in a lifetime, right?
I think he's on like probably the top 3 or 4 of people that I would actually approach. Most people, I leave them alone. You know, I would never bother somebody in public. I would be like, oh, that's cool. I saw Leonardo DiCaprio in fucking New York.
You did.
Yeah, never going to approach him. Just be like, well, that's interesting, you know?
Yeah.
But somebody like Steve Harris, who's so important to me that, I had the opportunity to do something, and I had to. There was no doubt. Like, my body took over.
Yeah.
It was just like, you got to do something about this. So it made that happen. But he's pretty rare. He's a rare person that I would actually do that to. I think a lot of the other members of Iron Maiden, I wouldn't do it to.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it to Bruce.
Yeah.
I would do it to Bruce. Bruce and Steve, I'd do it. But if I saw Dave Murray, like at Home Depot or something, I'd probably leave him alone. You know? Yeah. So I don't know who else is on my list at the moment. Not very many people, you know, that are alive.
Yeah. Huh.
Like if I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson or something at Taco Bell or something, I'd probably say something. Hey, dude, that's cool.
I like these examples.
Oh, no, that's the first thing I thought of. I haven't been to Taco Bell in 20 years.
Dave Murray at Home Depot. I mean... I just happened to be in Portland. I just needed some fucking duct tape.
Some screws.
Yeah.
My screws are loose.
Home Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell my story. I was living in England at the time. This is December of 2000, year 2000.
Okay.
Living in England, seeing shows a lot, seeing shows as much as possible. You know, being from Portland at that time, dude, we did not get a lot of shit here.
Yeah.
We did not. We got more than you fucking did in Montana or wherever you were from.
Yeah. Yeah.
But compared to any big city, this was small fucking cheese over here in Portland. So moving to London was a dream come true. Saw all these European bands. And one of the shows I went to was Blaze Bayley. Blaze Bayley had left, had been kicked out of Iron Maiden. And Bruce was back. So... it was cool. I liked Blaze's solo stuff. This was Silicon Messiah album, which is a fucking great album. Mm-hmm. Really heavy. Blaze was angry, I think, you know, and he just put it all out there. It was a great album. So I was excited to see this show. not expecting much, going to Camden Underworld, which we both know and love. Great venue. I believe it was between bands, and I don't remember who opened, but I look over, fucking Steve Harris is there as a fan to support his friend Blaze Bayley.
Yeah, that's
immediately
awesome.
I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Like, that's cool. He knows he wants to support his friend, but he knows he's going to be out and about, get bothered. I mean, it must be hard for him to be
for sure.
out and about, especially in a metal scene. I can imagine him going to an Indian restaurant or something and nobody know who he is, but
or Home Depot or Taco Bell.
I think over there they call it B&O or something. Like there's different
B&O and Taco
and
Bridge.
What's fast food? fast food in England and London. But
doner kebab.
Yeah, doner kebab.
Yeah.
But he was there, and I had to act quick. This was pre-cell phones. I had a little digital camera. I was there with my friend Trevor. You know, rest in peace relationship wise. We're not in contact anymore.
Yeah.
He's still alive, I think. But that was a relationship I needed to distance myself from. So it was a good thing, everybody. Don't feel bad for me.
Yeah.
So anyway, at the time we were hanging out though. And I was like, dude, here's my camera. I'm going over to Steve. I got to take a picture right now. We got to do this. My body took over. I just needed to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I handed him my camera. I walk over to Steve. Steve, big fan. Can I get a picture? Boom, picture. Done. That was it. Thank you. That was it. I didn't say anything to him. Didn't want to really bother him. But I knew I needed to get that picture, and it's one of my prized possessions now. Here it is.
So, are you positive that was him?
Wouldn't that be funny? Oh, dude, that's a funny story. Actually, we have an autograph of Michael Jackson. Now, this is a debate in our family.
Okay.
Fucking the peak of Michael Jackson, 84. We saw him at LAX at the airport. I don't think he'd be by himself. It was an impersonator. I am 100% sure now.
Yeah.
But our family thinks we have Michael Jackson's autograph.
I don't know. That seems fishy.
Yeah, that's really fishy. But I'm 100% sure that is Steve Harris. So
I mean,
it
looks like him.
He was wearing a West Ham shirt too, which is his team. You know,
Yeah.
He never goes without that.
Yeah,
so.
that's awesome.
Anyway, I was like so nervous to approach him because I don't approach people. Yeah, and I get really anxious and nervous about approaching people. What do I say? And hanging around Jason, I've watched it. I've watched other fans like. They take their time. Sometimes they eye you for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I see it happening, and I know you do too, but you play it cool. But I'm noticing that, oh shit, this guy wants to approach Jason. Eventually he will. I know he will, but it's going to take a long fucking time.
Usually. My favorite is when like a woman will come up to me and be like, my boyfriend is too nervous to talk to you, but he really wants to get an autograph. And I'll be like, oh, just bring him over. Like, it's fine.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to bite.
Of course you're cool.
But
of course you're cool about it. But
that happens a lot where the wife or the girlfriend's like, my boyfriend, like it happened at the Emperor show at the Hollywood Palladium. This woman comes over and she was like, oh, my husband's like a huge fan and he's too nervous to say hi.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's got an Agalock tattoo. And I was like, well, where is he? I want to see this tattoo. And so he had the Ashes cover tattooed on his leg. And and then she's like, and you could tell the guy was like really nervous. And she's like, honey, like tell him about the what did she call it? The refreshments at our wedding. And he was like, oh, like we made it like all Agalock themed, and there was like all Agalock in like the refreshment tent or something like that.
Holy shit! Wow!
Yeah.
Oh my god! They went for it. They went for it.
Oh, dude, that reminds me. Hold on one second. I got to grab something. I want to show you this.
Okay. Da di da di da. The day I met Steve Harris was such a good day. There he is. He's back.
You riding some new Traveler's Rest?
I usually don't sing on that shit, but maybe I should.
Okay, so just speaking about fan interactions and stuff, what's been happening a lot, not a lot lately, but every now and then with Agalock in the last few years, that people have been writing through the Instagram and asking for an address to send records for us to autograph and send back. Done it a couple of times. I'm trying not to do it too much because it can be a pain in the butt. But yesterday I got some records from a guy in Peru, to sign, and he sent these handmade Peruvian belts.
Oh, wow.
For all of us.
Oh, that's cool.
And they're really cool. This one's like,
I can't wait to see you wear that, dude. It matches your black.
I know, right? Well, yeah, he sent 3. He didn't care about Hunter, so he sent 3.
That sucks for Hunter.
But he said that they could be guitar straps, cool. And I can't picture us using these as guitar straps, but they're awesome, and I'm definitely going to do something with them. But just super cool when people get up the nerve to say something. It's usually really nice, and it can be really meaningful.
I think most band members appreciate their fans and would just do a lot for them. There's timing issues sometimes where it doesn't work out, and you hear about somebody asking Dave Mustaine as he's about to go on stage or leaving stage, and he says "fuck off" or something, and ruins gets out in the public and it ruins the reputation. But that was just not good timing. But I think I met Dave Mustaine. He's just fine, at Powell's.
Oh yeah, you went to his book reading or
his
whatever.
Book signing. Yeah, I mean, it was really quick, another quick encounter, but seems fine. Yeah, he just got a bad reputation.
Yeah, every now and then I'll get somebody, like, I'll be on stage and I'll be like getting ready to play.
Yeah,
and they'll be like, Jason, and I'm like, I'm trying to tune, I'm making sure everything's right. I'm getting ready for the show. And then people are like trying to hand me stuff or ask me questions. Like, no, that is not the time, man. That is not the time. No.
Remember last year when that was it a guy or a girl that was sketching you?
Oh,
they were sketching you for it was at Fortress Fest for like a half hour, a long
That's
time.
Right.
We saw them looking at you. Saw them like kind of.
I was just eating dinner with you.
Yeah. And then eventually they came up. Look what I made. Yeah. It was kind of creepy and weird, but
it was cool. It was cool. It was flattering. It was cool. But I saw them just like looking over at me, but it was the same thing. It was like the woman came over and was like. Yeah. Like, my partner's too afraid to say anything, but he just sketched you. And I was like, wait, what? Yeah, that was cool.
My other most famous encounter was the full band Slayer. This is, I had the privilege of working at Tower Records in the 90s. This is after Divine Intervention. Must have been 94. Yeah, late 94. And Slayer did an in-store, and I was working there, dude. So I got to see them come in the back door. I saw Kerry King. I saw Paul
Bostaff.
Paul Bostaff, sorry. Yeah. And of course, Henneman and Tom Araya all came through in the back. They're all jovial, not drinking beers. They were drinking like Pepsi or something. It was the middle of the day. And then I got to help them set up. I kind of put them at the table. I was the metal guy there. So it kind of like Nick was, it was a big deal for Nick, and they knew like to give me some jobs or whatever to help them out. So we guided them over to their table. The doors were closed. So I think we closed the doors for just a little while to get them set up. And then the fans lined up around the block, and then the doors open and they came in, and I was able to stand like right behind them as they were signing. It was fucking awesome.
Wow.
So I didn't really get to chat with them or anything, but at the end when they were finished, I think they did an hour of signing or so. They signed a bunch of my shit, and I have Divine Intervention vinyl signed. I've got a bunch of these flats that they used to use as promotional items back in the day. A bunch of those signed. It was awesome, dude. It was really great.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
So those are my two big stories. Those are my most, when we met Max, that was awesome.
Oh,
a
that was
little
great.
Awkward and stuff, but really cool. And that is somebody, if I saw him at fucking Chipotle, I'd definitely say something to him,
Max Cavalera at Chipotle.
That's racist, dude. I didn't mean that. I didn't, maybe he'd be at fucking Burgerville or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I love these choices. They're great. I ran into Sinead O'Connor at Fred Meyer.
Wow, that would be so cool. Yeah. I would just eye Sinead O'Connor. I don't think I'd rest in peace.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd approach her, but what times you've approached somebody that you can think of?
Mike Patton, which I've talked about on the show before.
That's pretty incredible.
Phantomos's very first show ever in Portland, Oregon. 99, I want to say.
Yep, I was there.
Yep, before anybody had ever heard Phantomos, before the record was out or anything. And I ran into him and Trevor Dunn at Powell's. And I had to get my gumption up for it for sure, but he was very, very nice, very pleasant.
You just happened to run into him, or were we stalking him?
Nope, just happened. I mean, the venue was like a block away from Powell's.
Yeah,
so
what was that place? Yeah,
it's crazy. Not there anymore, but it was like a little warehouse space. Yeah. But yeah, it was me and Michael Smith and Don, and I was like, oh shit, there's Patton. And we went and talked to him for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, and he was really, really nice, and he bought a bunch of books. And I've done it quite a few times, but most of the time it's in a setting that feels more conducive. It's not, it's not at a KFC or something. It's like backstage at Roadburn,
Yeah.
or, backstage at a festival or at a concert. And a lot of times the power dynamic is different because I'm not just a fan. I'm also performing at the festival or, something like that. And so I think it makes it a little bit easier. Like with Martin Van Drunen, it's just, it's so easy to just say like, hey, like I've been a fan of yours all my life and super stoked to be performing the show with you. And, I think it makes it easier.
You have to be careful sometimes, like with Steve Asheim, you just got to be a little careful.
Yeah, and then you get like Steve Asheim, who's just won't leave us alone for hours and hours, and he drinks all of our beers. Yeah.
But it's so cool, and he's a legend. It's just like, okay, dude, it's no problem. You can do your thing.
Yeah, well, we were playing in the Shadow of Our Pale Companion, and we saw him walk in through the front door. And I was just like, oh my God, it's Steve Asheim. And I turned around and Aesop his mouth was just like gaping wide open. And he's like, oh my God, it's Steve. And we're like, yeah. And he just would not leave us alone.
That's amazing.
For hours and hours. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you approached anybody recently? Like, what's the last one you've done?
Oh,
talked to?
Oh, man. Actually, it might have been the time we met Max, but that was more of like an introduction than an approach.
Yeah.
So,
no, that was really cool because we had a connection with Johnny. Appreciated that.
Oh, yeah. It's been a while.
Who would you like? What are your top three, dead or alive? Like, don't go all the way back to Einstein or like fucking Julius Caesar, but in the metal world, like who do you regret not being able to meet, like Chuck or something,
Yeah. Yeah, Chuck or, man, the metal world. Ozzy. Never met Ozzy.
Yeah. Oh, God. Now that is near the top of the list. And he would be friendly enough if I saw him at Nordstrom's or something. I would for sure walk right up to him. 100%.
At Nordstrom's.
Yeah, him and Sharon are shopping for pants or something.
Nordstrom's, like regular Nordstrom's or like Nordstrom's
Not
Rack?
the Rack, dude.
Not the
He's
Rack.
got money.
No, that's where Martin Van Drunen goes. He goes to Nordstrom's Rack.
That's perfect. That was good.
Yeah.
Nice one, dude.
That was really good.
Yeah. Oh, man. Ozzy or Randy Rhoads or something?
Oh Jesus. Yeah.
Or Eddie Van Halen? Dude.
Mm-hmm. Eddie, yeah.
If I saw Eddie Van Halen, fucking... Gotta think of another one now.
At Enchanted Forest or...
Yeah, oh God. Imagine if he was there. Yeah.
Run into Testament at Wild Waves.
Going down the water slides.
Yeah.
Chuck Billy, what's up, bro? Yeah. Chuck seems very approachable, so he would
I think
easy.
so, yeah.
But Eddie Van Halen would certainly have an entourage with him or something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know. If I saw King Diamond without makeup, and he lives in fucking Dallas, like, you could probably see him relatively easy.
Probably.
Like, I don't know, it's Sonic or something? What's a southern fast food restaurant?
Do they have Whataburger down there?
I think Whataburger.
Whataburger, yeah.
Nice, dude, nice. Or, yeah, if I saw him at Whataburger, like, hey, King Diamond.
Yeah, or Waffle House.
Waffle House, that's it.
I could see him at a Waffle House.
It's like those pictures of Danzig coming out with cat litter.
Exactly.
Or something,
Yeah. Yeah. He'd get one order for himself and one order to go for his grandma.
That's good. You're fucking on fire, dude.
Oh man, it's just metal comedy. It's it's a thing.
And AI didn't even write that shit for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That
was good. But I think Danzig would be another one, man. That would be hard not to say something to Danzig.
Yeah.
Although you might get punched by him.
You might get punched by Danzig.
Yeah. Have you ever been randomly approached? I don't know, at Home Depot or something?
Oh yeah, actually at a Home Depot once.
Yeah, I think I knew this story. That's why I'm setting you up, bro.
Yeah, some dude, and he was just staring at me, and I was with my wife, and we're walking by the aisle, and he was just staring at me. And then as I was walking by, he just kind of whispered, "Agalock."
Like, weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's
but
weird.
I mean, in Portland, it happens a lot.
Sure, yeah.
I think we're pretty well known in Portland. It happened to me.
Yeah, but you're not prepared though, which is kind of strange.
No, like, I mean, it depends. Like a couple weeks ago, I was recognized at Star Bar, and that like kind of makes sense because it's kind of like a metal bar. I've been recognized at Brewhouse a few times, and that makes sense. But there definitely has been, like, I'm at Fred Meyer, and somebody will be like, "Are you Jason from Agalock?" So
yeah. That's awesome.
Back when we did like Marrow, like, I want to say that was kind of like when we were the most popular in Portland. It happened quite a bit, bit.
Yeah, you guys were written up in the magazines and were what's Pitchfork and all that. That's trendy, popular stuff.
Yeah, and there was that article in the Willamette Week in like the late 2000s, and yeah, there's just like more like local buzz about Agalock.
Yeah.
So yeah, it happened quite a bit back then. It happens every now and then, but it's like 5 or 6 years ago, Aaron and I went to Oaks Bottom, and we just had a couple beers and food and whatever, and the server came by with the check, and he just wrote "paid" on it, and he said Pill Folklore is my favorite album. And then,
Jesus.
And then he just walked away. And like I get beers bought for me at Level now and then. Like it happens.
That's me. Well, everybody there because you were there all the time.
Well, yeah, exactly. What are you?
I met. Remember when I approached Jimmy Riviera at the.
That's right.
At the Hell's Heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have a framed picture up there, and recently I approached fucking Mike Clark and Rocky George.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Remember?
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Really quick picture action, but yeah, I don't know. I wasn't drunk or anything, and they're not on my top 5 list. But I did it anyway.
Yeah.
They were just sitting there. I was like, oh, there's an opportunity to talk to Rocky George. That's fucking awesome.
I feel like if they're just sitting there in a public place at their show.
At their show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fair
game, right?
Yeah.
But I think while a lot of celebrities live in New York rather than LA, they are able to kind of just walk around and be themselves. I think it's easier in cities like that. But yeah. I mean, if I saw Rocky George in public with his wife, I probably wouldn't say anything. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if he was at the laundromat or something.
Yeah, the laundromat.
Yeah.
I haven't been to one of those in a while. I'm thankful. We should not take for granted the fact that we have a washer and dryer in our house.
Yeah.
Because that is a big fucking deal.
It is a big deal.
Taking that shit, putting it in a bag, loading it up. I mean, imagine living in Manhattan or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
You got to load up a fucking cart. Can't even have a car.
Yeah.
You gotta load up a cart, walk 2 blocks. Oh, dude. So thankful for washer and dryer. And then you sit there and wait for it.
Sit there for hours. That's the hardest. That's why they're starting to get these things like laundromat and bar and laundromat.
You can get drunk.
Just get drunk while you're waiting for your clothes to dry. Yeah. Anyway. Oh man, yeah.
I don't know what else to say about that, but I'm thankful to meet Steve Harris as a highlight of my life. One of my highlights of my life.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that happened for you. Celebrity crush. That's right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you have anybody like that you'd approach now if you saw? I mean, I don't know any dream celebrity meets.
It's hard to say. I mean, I guess I approached Obituary in Mexico last year, but it's not
at the festival. What if you saw Mark Maron at Pa D? Like having dinner with his girl or something.
If he was sitting down and eating,
sitting down at a booth. And with somebody else, would you say something?
No.
Oh, man.
But if he was outside waiting for a table, I would say something.
I see.
But if he's actually engaged in the act of eating with somebody, they're sitting down to a nice meal, having a little...
Yeah, that's tough.
Pad thai with some wontons on the side, an NA cocktail, nice NA Paloma or something. He's wearing a nice... flannel shirt, button down, horn rim glasses.
He's looking really good. His beard's nicely trimmed.
Yep.
He's got his good glasses on.
Yep.
Really nice ones.
Moist lips on glasses type shit. I wouldn't interrupt, but if he was leaving or if he was waiting for a table, if he was walking down the street, I probably would do something like, "Hey, Mark, like I just want to express my appreciation for your work." Just something like that.
Would you ask for a selfie, or what would you do?
I have one already with him, so I don't know if I would do it again. But I hate that selfie. I look terrible in it, so maybe I would.
No, I'm sorry. You can't show it right now?
I'd have to pull it up. Yeah.
That's fine. Remember, you said hi to Brian Poisson at Anthrax?
He said hi to me.
He did?
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, Jason."
Oh, I don't remember.
No, I'm kidding. No.
I don't remember how it went down. You almost convinced me. I was like, oh, shit, I was right there. Totally forgot.
No, I did, because we had a little bit of a moment during Anthrax.
Yeah, we were outside, and he was like we were outside.
Yeah, and then afterwards, I was like, "Hey, man, like, can get a photo?" And yeah.
So who would you interrupt in dinner? Would there be anybody that you go so far as?
I don't know.
If you saw Mike Patton or something?
No.
Yeah, that's the true test, is like who you'd interrupt at dinner. And I don't think there's anybody really.
That just feels wrong to me.
But you hear about it happening. Celebrities bitch and complain about it.
It's fucked up. I wouldn't want to do that. I might.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I have a little fucking I've got the sketch in my head. I'm sorry to interrupt here, but I'm a huge fan of Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Dude. Fucking sign my shit right now, please. And you could tell you're bothering him. Oh, it's so awkward. It's terrible.
Yeah, No, I'm not into that. What you should do is approach someone like Rocky George and say, "I'm a huge fan of Tiger Woods. Would you sign this for me?"
Has that ever happened to you where they thought you were somebody else?
No, but I've had people think I'm other people in Agalock.
Yeah.
You'll call me John or something.
Yeah, sure.
My favorite story about that is, you remember Damn the Machine? It was
Chris Poland
and his brother, who I can't remember his name, but Chris Poland of Megadeth fame, and his brother, and they were opening up for Voivod on the Outer Limits tour, and we went to Minneapolis. And remember last episode we talked about my friend Confederate Hat Guy because he became a Patreon member.
Yep.
He mistook Chris Poland's brother for Chris and complimented his guitar work on the Megadeth records. And it was a little awkward, and Chris's brother didn't seem too thrilled by it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
He was probably like in competition with his brother his whole life.
And he's like, "Oh fuck, yeah,
fucking have to hear this shit again."
I mean, for me, it's the person and the environment. I would never interrupt.
I don't know, dude. If I saw Dave Gilmour at fucking at like the pinball place at Ground Control or something, playing the Pink Floyd pinball, I think I'd stand next to him and wait for his game to finish, because you don't want to interrupt the pinball action.
Right.
But I'd say something to him. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying something to him at dinner. That's tricky.
Yeah.
But man, I'd love to meet Dave Gilmour, dude. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Such a great guitarist. These people mean so much to us.
Well, that's the whole thing, is it's like you want a little piece of that like metaphysical moment where it's like you've entered their realm somehow, even if it's just like a brief moment.
Even if it's an accident.
Yeah. Well, that's something you could ram his car. Then it would be an accident. That would be cool.
Wow. I'm not keeping track of how many jokes this guy's told tonight, but that was another one.
No, I'm not. These aren't jokes. Like, you see Jewel on the street, driving down the street, you ram into her.
Jewel.
Yeah.
She's in like one of those VW camper vans.
Yeah.
Because that's what she lived in with her mom.
And you have to exchange numbers at that point.
It's one way to get her number, dude.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You fucking creep.
Yeah. I've done that so many times with her.
That'd be so funny if some desperate dude just buys a shitty car so that he can ram into beautiful girls to get their numbers.
Yeah.
That's so messed up, dude.
We're going to start hearing about this, and we've started a trend, I think.
Yeah, that is so twisted.
Yeah. I said hi to Fenriz briefly in Oslo.
Oh, that's
cool. Just very briefly.
He was at your show, or?
No, he was DJing down the street.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't remember until just now, but that's cool.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard to know like a good time and a good place, and who I would do it to and who I wouldn't.
We met at the bar. It was at MDF. We were hanging out with Seaman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was fucking amazing.
That was great. Yeah, Seaman and Alan from Primordial.
And you met Garm before.
Yeah, met him at Roadburn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. I mean, these guys are legends.
Yeah, Garm and Carl Michael from Bedwenzenda.
Oh, that's amazing.
Skoll from Ulver. Yeah, all those guys. But again, it's just kind of like you're on the same playing field when it's like a festival or something. It's different. Yeah, they're not at the seafood spot down the way.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Chinese buffet place, or
the other one where we got the oyster.
Fubon.
Yeah, like Fubon. What if you ran into Garm at Fubon?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Talk about what hot sauce he's buying.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes the amount of crab legs at one of those buffets really is disturbing. I don't know how that works,
It's a lot of dead pieces of things sitting there,
Yeah. And they kind of use it as a display to show how much there is. It's gross.
Like sticking up everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been to one of those in a while. Well, I don't know what to say about this, but that was cool.
Yeah, that was great, man. You got to meet Steve Harris, and Steve Harris got to meet you. Yeah,
it was a pretty cool moment in my life.
We should try to get him on the podcast to talk about that same moment.
Okay, first question. What were you doing December 22nd, 2000? You're like,
he'd be like, sure. Wait, is that when I met that really awesome fan?
Do you think in metal there's been no one else that's played as many shows? Like who, Bob Weir was famous for playing thousands and thousands of shows with the Dead.
Yeah.
His whole life, basically.
Yeah.
From when he's a teenager to when he died. I wonder in the metal world who's played the most live shows. I bet Iron Maiden's up there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would think. Iron Maiden, Metallica, maybe?
I think Maiden's playing more than they are these days.
Yeah.
And they never take any breaks, dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
You could think about it from 1976 when he started the band till now.
Yeah, Jesus. That's a long time.
Yeah. 50 years.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Wow. No,
that must mean he's 60. He must be 66, 67 years old.
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Damn. Well, all right, Nick. That was awesome. Okay. Thanks for sharing your Steve Harris story.
Yeah, thanks.
And we will see you guys at a later date.
Bye.
Bye.
An Earth in Sound production.